Hey everybody, George here with Christine on the Christine Tesla M3 channel, and I wanted to go over a few accessories today. I've actually recorded this video a couple of times and I've ended up either not wanting to use it, or I posted one and deleted it. I just never got satisfied that I did a good job. But today I'm going to go through this. I've got my list of what I want to talk about. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the front trunk and rear trunk mats that I got from Evannex, struts, pardon me, that I got from Evannex. Let me show you how those work. So these are automatically opening, different than the factory ones. The factory ones would only pop it up, but you have to open it yourself. This is a convenience feature. Originally, I believe Brian at I1 Tesla was the first one to actually come up with the combination of struts and springs and things that you may need. Don't need springs in the front, but you do in the back to be able to do this. But Evannex packaged it so that for $50 per set, so $50 for the front, $50 for the rear, you get the struts that you need and the struts and springs and washers and what have you that you need for the back. One other thing that I added, and I'm going to lower this with just one hand just to show you. One thing that I added in the front was the lower power spring that gives me the ability to close this really with just one finger. So that lower power spring is here. I'll show you. Directly behind this cover. This spring here is a very low power spring that was installed there. Again, something I1 Tesla, Brian, talked about and came up with. Great idea. And I got that through Amazon. So I'll be posting all the links to everything in the description of the video, so you all get a chance to see exactly what all the products are that are on the car. Another thing I want to talk about, since we're in the front of the car, is Christine did get PPF wrapped. PPF stands for paint protection film, and the paint protection film it's not a cheap thing, but it does protect the car from any kind of rock damage or things like that. It covers the paint with a layer, but it's a film called Expel. I think it's Expel Ultimate Plus, and it's basically a layer of vinyl over your paint to keep it from getting hit. It covers the headlights, fenders, front bumper, and the entire hood, as well as the A-pillars and the mirrors. And just wanted to show you guys one thing here. The place that I had do this, they cut them manually. These are not computer cut. So they wrapped all the way around. It's more than a 1/4 inch inside this lip that the film is wrapped over to make sure that there's no gap for the glue to get dirty and get things stuck in it. That's about it for the front. Let's go check out the trunk. So the trunk also pops right open. You can see the springs help the struts open the trunk. So those are part of the kit. Again, $50 for the front, $50 for the back, $100 all said. Not bad. Always try to use their promo code. I believe it was Starman or something like that. I'll put it in the description when I'm sure of it. That brings me to the mat in the back. This cargo mat took forever to get here from Hong Kong. The cargo mat was made by a company called West Basics, and I got that from Amazon. It's a very effective mat. I think it's flexible enough and rubbery and all that. It really does fit perfectly. I'm very happy with it. It just took about a month to get here. Also, you can see here that really bright LED light on the trunk is one of the trunk lights. It's actually a bright LED light, works for trunk and glove compartment. And this is, I got this from Bougie RV through Amazon. So those bright LED lights, 2 in the trunk, 1 in the glove compartment. The kit brings a total of 4. And those they leave an extra. There's Christine, her trunk stamp. So there's still an extra one if I find another place I want to use them. All right. Here on the door handles, I have the Nicola Pro door handle wrap kit. That's also from Amazon. It's not a perfect match to the Midnight Silver Metallic, but it's close enough and it's a nice enough look. I like the look of the chrome around the edges. Other people want to have a complete cover around all the edges and wrap around the handle, but I really liked this one. Coming up to the roof, in here is the AY Customs noise reduction kit. It's basically a huge hollow tube O-ring type thing that fits inside the gap all the way around, sides, front, and middle of the sunroof glass, to basically reduce that gap, to kind of bridge that gap so that air noise doesn't, the wind going over the car doesn't make noise there. That's about all it does. It's not difficult to install, relatively inexpensive. It works out pretty well. Let's go inside the car. So one of the first things I want to talk about inside the car, let's start with the back seat. On the back seat, I want to show you real quick the car mats. Those car mats are weatherproof, weather resistant rubber mats. They look like carpet. They have little fingers on them like carpet. And I bought these through Amazon, and they were very inexpensive, about 65 bucks. I've had the WeatherTech mats in another car, and I really don't like them. The plastic matte look was not one I enjoyed looking at. But these, most people think are carpet. I have to tell them that they're rubber. They're very easy to clean. They rinse off, they shake off, you can brush off whatever is on them. So, they've been, I think, a much better choice for me than the plastic ones. And for the 65 bucks that they cost, they were very reasonable. Wait, try to pop. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is this MCU glass protector screen. Now, if you notice down here at the very bottom, it's hard to see, but at the bottom of the screen, you can't really tell just from looking at it on screen, but there is a curve to it. And the Abstract Ocean protector was the only one marketed to actually fit that curve back when I bought this. Now, I've seen, it cost about $32, $33, something like that. And I've seen other people have a similar product now on Amazon for about half that price. So I don't know, I haven't tried those other products, but this one worked really well, fit perfectly all the way around, and really did the job. So relatively, I paid for it to fit that little curve back when the others did not say they fit the curve, and that's why I got it that way. While we're here, I also got I don't know if they have a special way of pronouncing this, but it's EER QI wireless charger pad. Basically, this replaces the stock pad, and it brings a couple of double USB connectors in there that basically, and 2 splitters that have data and power cables as the output from the standard USB port. The power cables, of course, power the charging pad, but the fatter cable that's on the adapter works for putting USB card on there. So this USB card I have split with made 2 partitions on it, so that one works for Tesla Cam and the other one works for music. So that works really well. And the charger works great. Just drop your phone on there. Whoops. Drop your phone on there and it starts charging. So very effective. And it was only about 50 bucks on Amazon. So can't complain about that. One of the things I will kind of complain about, and it's my own fault, this wood grain gray vinyl. I went ahead and got it put on here too, but it does not react well to the sun. When the sun hit it, it started basically peeling up. It started getting these kind of little bumps all over. So we'll be replacing that with a wood grain kit sold by ROCCS from Amazon. So look out for another video on that product. That should be coming out probably right after this one. Another item from Abstract Ocean are these door buttons, which let people know what they have to press to open the door. These I bought a couple of different ones, and these, the ones from Abstract Ocean, were the ones that I thought looked most attractive. The other ones were just the outline of the car with the door sticking out. This one you can clearly see that is definitely the car. The other one was just an outline, and it was hard to tell exactly what it really meant. But this one's very clearly that. And these were super cheap, maybe about 10 bucks. But I'm very happy with those. They do light up where you see that little horizontal bar across the front of the car there in the picture. That is actually lit up. So just install them carefully and line up the lights, and it should work fine. Okay, so next I want to talk about a couple of products from RSZX. The key card mat you see here no longer sticks. It stuck really well to the piano black shiny plastic there. I've also got the key cup holder liner. There's a console liner down here, and there's a couple of liners inside the center compartment. These all fit really well. They're all from Amazon. It was, again, one of those relatively inexpensive items, and just it cut out to fit the compartment really well. Protects the lining inside the compartment. So that's about all it does, but it does it well. Here's another neat product from Evannex or Evannex. These Tesla logo valve caps. They seem to be aluminum. They are metal. They've been on the car for a little over a month. They look great. They've managed to stay on, no problem. And I think the plastic caps just look weird, offsetting, off-putting. It just wasn't an attractive cap. These really make it look pretty. Okay, so here's a couple of things that I'm not particularly pleased with. These door edge protectors, they look fine when they're dry, but when it rains, it actually holds water inside there for quite a while. They're not terrible. They do the job they're supposed to do. They stay in place pretty well. I cleaned the inside door edge with alcohol before installing these, so they're stuck in there pretty good. They only have adhesive of a 3M double-sided type adhesive on the inside only. So the outside of this, you know, the outer edge of this that is out there just is sitting there. It will not leave any kind of residue on the car from the adhesive. However, water does get in there, and it kind of just condenses in there and looks kind of weird. So the whole purpose of this was for it to be clear and not noticeable, but it defeats the purpose. As soon as it rains, it loses that. But still, it does a job. It was not expensive, and it protects the door edges, even though it's pretty obvious there's something there, which was kind of what I was trying to avoid. The last thing, something I really have to say I don't like, and is going back to Amazon. I got a BMZX brand carbon fiber spoiler, and I'm just going to pull it out of the box so y'all can see it, but it is not carbon fiber. This appears to be just an ABS spoiler. Now, I got this with a bit of a discount at the time when I bought it. I'm going to just put it right about where it goes so y'all see what it could look like if it were installed. It's pretty much sliding off because I have turtle wax ice seal and shine on the car. But basically, yeah, it would be an attractive spoiler, but I paid over $150 for this, and it is not carbon fiber. It doesn't even look like carbon fiber. It's definitely hydro dipped, and it appears to be ABS. Let's take a look back here. All right, so this is the model number. I don't know if y'all can see that. TSL001A. Here you can clearly see that is not carbon fiber. And if there's any doubt, look at this end. This end didn't get properly dipped, so it's just black. And here's a piece of tape that was on it from the factory. I don't know what it means, but there was a label obviously on it from the factory. And when I peel that up, of course, you see there, it's not carbon fiber. It's lifting up the hydro dip. So I know at the time when I bought this item, it was $169 or so, and there was a discount on it to make it $152, but it's going back. I know that for about $100 you can get just an ABS carbon fiber look one, so there's no point. And I know I went back and made extra sure they definitely stated that this was real carbon fiber, woven carbon fiber, hand laid and all that business, and it was all just marketing BS, because this is definitely not carbon fiber. Anyway, that's about it, everybody. I hope you liked the video. Those are the accessories I've gotten for the car so far, and what I think of them. If you have any questions about any accessories that you'd like to know more about, or if there's anything that you want discussed on this channel, please let me know, and I'd be happy to talk about it. If you like this, please hit the like and subscribe, and thanks very much. We'll see you next time. Say goodbye, Christine. There she goes.